You ever heard of the inchworm before? Oh man, it is one of my favorite core movements that also creates flexibility in your whole body. But it's really hard for most people to do. So I want to show you some beginner variations of this movement that are going to help strengthen your core in the same way, but that anybody should be able to do, all right? The first one's going to be a kneeling variation called the kneeling shoulder tap. And the first thing I want to make sure of is that you have something underneath your knees that is really soft. You should not feel any discomfort in your kneecaps. If you got to put a couch cushion or multiple towels, make it soft, okay? Now from there, you're going to bring your body into a plank position on your knees. Now what does that mean? What does that look like? That means you're going to squeeze your glutes like this, don't let your butt stick out like this, and don't let your butt sag down like this. We want tight glutes the entire time. That's probably the most important part of every single one of the variations I'm going to show you today, okay? Keep the glutes tight, bring your hands underneath your shoulders, and then from there, you can even bring your hands a little closer together if you're starting out, right? And slowly lift one hand, tap the shoulder, and switch sides. Tap the shoulder. Don't lose the glutes. That's the big focus right here. Tapping from side to side. Now, real slow and controlled is what we want to focus on right here. If this hurts your wrist, you can always turn your wrist to the outside like this. That oftentimes takes a little bit of the pressure off of the wrist joint. Now, if you can do these kneeling shoulder taps and they feel pretty easy for you, you think you can do them for, call it 30 seconds with perfect form, then you can try what's called a kneeling inchworm, okay? So you're going to start this one by setting up in the same kneeling position, only your hands are going to be closer to your knees. You're going to squeeze your glutes. Remember, glutes stay tight the entire time. And this time you're going to round your upper back, okay? This is the only time I'm going to tell you to round your upper back is in this movement, okay? From there, slowly walk your hands out, glutes stay tight, go until you feel like your hands are about to slip out from under you. And once you find a position where, oh, I'm as far as I can go, walk your hands back up using your shoulder blades and keeping your elbows straight. And you're going to just go up and down, back and forth, just like that. Now that's the kneeling inchworm. If you can do this for 30 seconds with perfect form and everything feels good on your lower back, your wrists, etc., then you can go to a plank shoulder tap. So what that looks like is this. You're gonna come into a plank position, which is a push-up position like this. Same thing, squeeze the glutes, keep them tight the entire time. The more narrow your hands are and the wider your feet are, the easier this will be. So it's good to start with wide feet, narrow hands. Keep the glutes tight, slowly, hand to shoulder, slowly, hand to shoulder. Now, if you can do this for 30 seconds, bring your feet in a little bit, bring your hands out a little bit. Like I said, the more that you go narrow with the feet and wider with the hands, the harder this gets. Try to pay attention too to not be wobbling from side to side like this. You want to think about your hips square to the ground and glutes tight as you do those shoulder taps. Now, if you can do the shoulder taps in the plank position for 30 seconds with good form, feels good on your wrists, feels good on your lower back, then you can do the normal inchworm. So what that looks like is this. From a standing position, we bend over, we stretch our hamstrings, we find the ground with our palms, we slowly walk our hands out, slowly, 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 go as far as we can, right? Almost all the way to the point where we can tap our nose on the ground. And then slowly walk the hands back up, all the way to the start position, finding that stretch and that compression at the top. So there you have it, 4 different variations of an inchworm type movement that's going to strengthen your core in so many ways that are going to be useful to you in your daily life. Be patient with yourself. Don't try to go through all 4 steps really fast. You can spend months on each step strengthening your core before moving to the next variation. But if you practice these 4 variations, your core is going to get stronger, and guess what happens when your core gets stronger? You feel better in your body. Hey, if you like the way that we taught you how to go from a kneeling shoulder tap to a kneeling inchworm, to a full plank shoulder tap, to an inchworm, all the way out. And you can see how each step along the way was making it harder because you're gaining strength, flexibility, balance, and coordination. Well, guess what? There is a workout system we created called WeShape, where every single movement has this step-by-step roadmap to take you from where you are, which might not be able to even stand up from a chair without pain, to being able to do anything in your daily life pain-free. We focus on your lower body, stabilizing your knees, creating flexibility in your hamstrings, your hip flexors, making sure your hips are nice and strong, teaching how to activate your core, protect your lower back, have better posture, and all the things that make you feel better in your body. The best part is you can try a WeShape workout out for free. So just click the link below, take our free quiz, and I'll see you soon for our first workout together.